Hey guys, it is currently the 1st of January, but it is 11:30 in the evening, so it's nearly the 2nd of January. And I have been in the dumps, like, leading up to the New Year's. I don't know, I didn't know what I wanted to do with myself. The last quarter of 2025 was rubbish for me personally. Like, I hit all the highs in terms of moving out, getting braces, obviously fixing my smile, fixing like my dental issues. And then I got a new car literally 3 days ago. So it's just been big in terms of life changes, but it's also been big in terms of money. Like, money has been leaving my account. It's all for positive things, but I'm a type of person that likes to see numbers. So I felt like I was doing so well up until then, and then expenses and expenses just kept coming. So I moved out, obviously. It was just like buying a washing machine, buying a fridge freezer, setting up my wardrobe, buying all the little bits I needed, because I moved back home and then I shared it with my little sister, and some stuff she just wanted to kept, which fair enough. Like, I wasn't too bothered about it because I earn and I know I can replace things, and it was just the little things that she wanted. But those things added up and it's been a hit, honestly. But I've just been feeling so sour lately, and I've realised it's because I started my period literally this morning. So I didn't think it was going to be my period because I'm pretty sure I had it like 2 weeks ago, but hey ho, here she is. But I've gone through the 24 hours of period trenches. I feel a lot better. I still feel nauseous and like bloated and sick and all that thing, but I just feel so much better. So I thought, let's sit down and do my 12-week goal setting. So I always make a goal for the year, and then normally at the start of January I do end up doing a 12-week goal, but I never continue it. So this year the plan is to continue it. So we're just gonna sit here. I am sorry about the angle, but I've just had the burst of energy to film, and I was in bed and I was in this position, so I thought, why not just do it. But I'll talk you through what I am going to do, and hopefully I stick through to it this year. I kind of do want to kind of finish it 1st of January, so I've got 30 minutes, guys. 30 minutes. But we're gonna break it down. Anyways, so I am going to split it into health. I don't know, I forgot. Goals. Okay, let's go. 12-week year. I have got my iPad, but sometimes I find it easier to brainstorm on my phone and then go into depth on my iPad. So that's what we're gonna do. So 12-week year, we're gonna split it into health and well-being, relationships, career slash discipline, personal achievements or growth, personal growth. I feel like those are, I know, and financial success. I don't know how to word that. Financial commitments. We're gonna do like that for now. So health and well-being. I really want to drink more water this year. I have struggled so much in drinking water. Like, it's actually insane. I would drink about 500 mils of water a day, and I know it's not good, but I just don't seem to care. So the aim is to care. So I want to aim, this is going to be really bad, but aim for 1 litre to 1.2 litres a day. The point of this is to create little habits that I can build up on. The aim is not to start drinking 2-3 liters a day, because I know that's not going to happen. I've set myself up to do that before and I have failed miserably. So starting myself up with very small, minimal, kind of demure tasks, I get quite instant gratification, and then all those instant gratifications will add up into long-term achievements, and then I'll feel really committed and really proud of myself. So we're going to aim for 1 liter to 1.2 liters a day, mainly because my Frank Green bottle is 600 mils in one bottle. So on a long day at work, I aim to fill that up once, because I'll fill it up in the morning at home and then I should just fill it up one more time at work. So that seems realistic. So aim for 1 to 1.2 liters a day. I really want to aim for 4,000 steps a day. I can go more and I will achieve more on the days that I am active, but I am more aiming towards the days where I feel like crap and I want to lay in bed. So 4,000 is very doable for the first quarter of the year. I do want to start taking some vitamins. I need to take vitamin D because obviously it makes me feel very sad not taking it. But I'm not sure whether I should take iron or not. So I need to research more about vitamins, but I'm just going to start taking some form of vitamin for now. And then I will maybe get my blood work done and then figure out what I'm deficient in and then go from there. Start taking vitamins. I do want to start taking my hair care seriously. So every 3 weeks I want to wash my hair, because I aim to keep my braids in for 6 weeks. So the halfway point I wash it, and then at the end I'll do a deep treatment. And the last time I did this, it actually really helped with the dandruff. And then when I took out my hair 3 weeks after that, there was literally no dandruff and no dirt to be seen. And the takedown procedure was so nice, given it did still take 3-4 hours, but it was just so seamless. So wash my hair at 3 weeks of braids. Be consistent in oiling. Hair treatment. Hair / skin / what was the other thing? Eyelashes. Oh my gosh. Body treatment. I will elaborate more on that, because my problem is I tend to buy things to help with a type of issue, but I don't do it. So I went to Morocco in September and my friend's feet were really soft. So I asked her, what have you been using? And she told me she was using this really nice foot cream. I bought it. And I have not opened it, guys. September was 4 months ago. So I just need to commit to using stuff that I buy. And then I've had my eyelash serum for closer to nearly 2 years now. And I've probably only started consistently using it this, like, last quarter. It's so freaking insane. So in September, no, I think it was July, I started taking my hairline treatment seriously, eyelashes seriously, and my skincare seriously. And I got results from that. So it does work. You just have to be consistent with it. And unfortunately, I don't understand consistency sometimes. So the aim is to try. So I feel like health and well-being, that might be it. I feel like that might be it. Okay. Obviously, I do want to have like self-care days, and I want to put the gym in there. Be active. 3 times a week. I used to aim for 3 to 4 times a week, but I realised that if I'm working a 4-day week at work, and for those that don't understand, I work as a nurse in the neonatal unit. So my shifts span from 7 till 8 basically. So the thought of waking up at 5:30, getting ready for work, because I commute to work, and then coming back up about 8:30, and then going to the gym, and then having a shift afterwards, and sleeping on time, it just puts me off. So I'm just going to stick to 3 days a week, because I am guaranteed 3 days off in a week, so I can definitely commit to it. And if I genuinely want a day off where I don't do anything and I don't go to the gym, I have to force myself to go to the gym after work, because that would count as one day, and then the other 2 days would be days at the gym, and then the third day off I am actually off. So I've got things that I can do. So we're gonna stick to being active 3 times a week. And I think that is it for health and well-being. Relationships, my boyfriend currently goes to university, sorry. My boyfriend's currently still in uni. He is doing a 5 years course. I did 3, so I've been out of uni the past year and a half, and he's got about 6 months left. So these like 3 months are just going to be a bit hard because he's got exams and stuff, but I'm aiming for at least one date night a month. It's really hard to do, and I feel like we're at the point in our relationship where if it doesn't happen, we're not too annoyed at it, because we're both busy working people. So but I really want to push to have it done. So one date night a week. And in relationships, I am going to talk about relationships with myself as well. So I am aiming to do maybe one solo date a month, or every 6 weeks. So one solo date a month / 6 weeks. Because in order to have the energy to love others, you've got to love yourself first, guys. And then my friends, friendship, socials, as I don't know how to navigate friendship, social like commitments, because we're all so busy that we end up seeing each other approximately like every 8 weeks, which is not horrible because we still cool. So I'm just gonna put every like 6 to 8 weeks. Because anything less than that is just unsustainable, because we're all working women and men. So I've done health and well-being, and I've done relationships so far. So we are good on time, and we did that in 10 minutes, and we've got career, personal growth, and financial commitments to go through. Let's do this. Career and discipline. I currently work as a nurse, so we do have like rostered shifts which can be given to you, but on my days off I know I can pick up extra shifts, and sometimes I have 4 days off in a row. So I'm aiming to do at least one bank shift a month, because I obviously bought a new car, I've moved out, I'm doing braces, so I've got a lot of money situation going on in the background, and I really want to dim that noise as much as I can, and the only way I can do that is by earning more. So I'm just going to try to do one bank shift a month, or 2 if I'm feeling extra spicy. So one to 2 bank shifts a month. People do a lot more, and they live at home, so they're racking in the bucks. Yeah, and then I'm going to start a course in September, which I am not as thrilled about, because I know the grit and the commitment it's going to require from me. That's why I want to have all my habits in place before then, so it's a lot harder to fall off. So I'm just going to put prepare for a QIS course in September. Actually, I think it's in October, so I've got about 10 months. That's a long time. And by then my braces should be off, so more money's coming back in my account. Oh yeah. Yeah. And then that is in the category of career and discipline. So for discipline, I do kind of want to post consistently, but I find that really hard to do. So I'm gonna aim for one YouTube video a month. I think that could work. And then I'm gonna try post on TikTok as much as I can, but I just don't know how to commit to that. So I'm just gonna say record for TikTok and post it. I have so much videos on my phone and my storage is insane, and that's genuinely because I've just not posted any of the content that I have taken. I am my biggest critique. Okay, I feel like that's enough for career and discipline. I did want to start up something this year, but I quite don't know what, so I want to perhaps look into my hobbies, or like try out more hobbies slash expand my experiences. From that, I can then move on and decide what I feel like I could do. But mind you guys, this is for the first quarter. So whatever doesn't work, we will rejig it and then make a new one start in April. Start in May? Yeah. And then personal growth, what I want for myself. That is hard. I don't actually know. I feel like this is a harder one. So we're going to move on to financial commitments. The aim is to be on track to save in 4K in my LISA by the end of the tax year in 2027. So that's only going to work out if I contribute £333 into my LISA every month. So save consistently into LISA, invest. I'm going to reduce my investments purely because I've got quite a lot of outgoings, so I will be shaking if I don't. And then I am going to put money, save into pots. I was at my happiest when I had pots. Let me show you what I mean by pots. So on Chase, I use Chase, but I think Monzo works, but I use Chase. So on Chase, you've got different pots, right? So I have different pots for different things. For Christmas, I had pots for Christmas, but now I need to change my headings. But for sure in December next year, I know that I have got my road tax due, which is £195. I've got my nursing administration fees, which is £120. And I've got my road tax in October this year. Not road tax, MOT in October this year. So the last quarter of the year is going to be very expensive. So to make myself deal with it better, I'm going to start by saving about £50 every month into my end of year pots. Every month I like to save into pots for different things: insurance, birthdays, holidays, and splurges. Those were the big four I did. But this year, because I've drained all my savings for the car, I have got £1,000 in my emergency fund / like big pot fund. If I consistently keep paying into that between now and May, I can use half of that for my car insurance in May, and then I'll consistently keep saving up, and then any big purchases that would be used for that. But I will also save separately for car maintenance, because on my Nationwide, which is another banking app in the UK, where my paycheck comes into my salary, and then I've got my emergency fund there, which I think I'm saving for a year, and then it's like 6.5% interest. And then I've got my vacation pot, which I have not added into since September, because I was meant to go to Korea, but things happened and I didn't. So I've still got £800 in that, and I've currently got £300 in my maintenance pot. So I'm just going to keep adding to that over the year, and then hopefully we're good. But yeah, so I think my financial commitments, that's going to be it. And then personal growth, actually, I remembered, read a literacy book a month. I really want to commit to personal growth, personal finance. Like, I read a lot of fiction, so it's not even going to be on my vision board. It's not even going to be on my goals list, because I read so much fiction that it shouldn't, I don't have a goal to achieve. Like, I'm not one of them people that are like, I want to read 100 books a year or 50 books a year. I read as an outlet, so having an amount that I want to achieve, that seems a bit insane to me, because I read regardless. So reading fictional books is not gonna go on my list, like, ever. I've been an addict since Wattpad days, so if anything, I should be reducing it to read literacy, non-fiction. Personal growth is to read one literacy book a month. And then I, at the end of month review, end of week spendings tracking. Perfect, guys. I love it when things just come to me. Oh my gosh, I feel so happy. And it's 10 to 12, so I'm gonna talk you through everything that I've talked about. And hopefully you guys can join me, because what better way to achieve things than with people. So this is my 12-week year. If you've not read the 12-week year book, I think you should go ahead and read it. It just talks about how it's easier, I think, to achieve things in 12 weeks than a full year, and then you can amend things and it'll be more curated to your life and you'll really achieve more. The last time I did a 12-week year, it worked, and then I stopped doing it because it worked. So this year I'm just going to consistently doing it so that I can consistently keep improving. So to begin with, we have got my health and well-being. So my health and well-being is aim for 1 to 1.2 liters of water a day, and then aim for 4,000 steps a day. Start taking my vitamins. I'm going to get some bloods done to see if I'm lacking anything. If not, I'm just going to take some magnesium and vitamin D and iron. I feel like that's the 3 that you really need. Wash my hair after 3 weeks of braids. Be consistent in my hair, skin, body treatment. That would include exfoliating, cutting my nails, because I find they overgrow and then they start chipping and then it just is disgusting. So exfoliating, cutting my nails, consistently putting oil in my hair, using my eyelash treatment, using my skin fading serums, locking in moisture, using oils, all of that. And then the final one is to be active 3 times a week, because that's the minimum really that anyone should be doing. Relationships, it's going to be 1 date night a month, 1 solo date every 4 to 6 weeks, friendship link-ups every 6 to 8 weeks. So those are the 3 in relationships. Career and discipline, I'm going to try to do 1 or 2 bank shifts a month. Prepare for my QIS course, which is basically just going to be reading up and really putting myself in spaces to learn. I want to try and post one YouTube video a month, intentionally record for TikTok and post it, and try out more hobbies and expand my experiences. I do tend to try things out, but I'm very stagnant in sticking with what I like. So I'm just going to go out there, do some solo dates, and yeah, just really do stuff for me. And then personal growth, I want to read 1 non-fiction literacy book a month. I want to do every end of week spending tracking to see what I'm wasting my money on and what I need to maybe perhaps put more money towards. And then an end of month review for my goals. And then the final grouping is my financial commitments. I want to save £333 every month into my lifetime ISA. I've got a lifetime ISA with Paragon. I created that in 2022 December, I believe. So I'm on track for a decent amount of money, but it's obviously for a house, so we can't touch that. I want to invest at least 200 in my trading 212 pot, and then I want to save into separate pots for different things. But yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, this is not really aesthetic, but I hope it gave you an idea of what I'm hoping to achieve in 12 weeks. I am actually going to put a date in so that I can remember to come back and do another recording. So in 12 weeks it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 26th of March. And I believe I am requesting my shifts at work. So let me have a look if I can request that off. Ooh, I am off on the 26th of March. That is a day off. Perfect. So on the 26th of March, we will do a live audit of how the 12 weeks went. Anything we could do differently. And then create new goals for the next 12 weeks. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know the last time I posted was in June, so I'm sorry. I just had a lot going on, and that is an excuse. And that is an excuse I'm going to use. Because I went on 3 holidays last year. And it was a lot for me. My body was tired. July I went to Ghana, and that was a really hard trip for me. And then I went to Morocco, and I had a really bad stomach bug. I had a UTI. I was on some high spec antibiotics. I was off sick from work, and that stressed me even more because it was just too many occasions. And if you're in the UK, you know the strict sick day policies. And then in October I got vertigo twice, so I was off sick from work twice. So yeah, and in the midst of that I got braces, I moved out, and I got a new car. So it's been hard. It would have been nice to record and giving you guys some content on how crazy the last few months have been. I was just really down in the mud. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in 12 weeks for the checkup, but not for the next video. Yeah, this is probably as unaesthetic as it's going to get. I'm literally still in my Christmas pajamas. My face is oily because I just put some skincare on. My tripod's on my bed. I think my heater is on, but it doesn't feel warm. And my lighting camera is just underneath my tripod, which is why I look as shiny as a fresh baby's butt that's come out of the uterus. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one. Love you all. See you soon. Bye guys.